Cori, de Scheepsjongen was a Belgian comics series by Bob de Moor. It is a historical adventure strip set in the 16th century, drawn in a realistic style with much attention to detail. It is often regarded as de Moor's magnum opus concept. Ever since his youth, Bob de Moor was fascinated by ship transport, which occurred back in his later comic strips. An early predecessor of the series was Bob de Scheepsjongen, which he drew for De Kleine Zondagsvriend. In 1950, Lombard Editions approached him to draw a comic series that would appeal to the Flemish and Dutch readers. De Moor created a series set in the 16th century during the background of the 80 Years' War between the Netherlands and Spain. The orphan child Cori is kidnapped by pirates, but later saved by the Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie. He is adopted by Commander Harm Jansen and joins them as a cabin boy and travels along during their exploration of Southeast Asia, Africa, America and the Arctic. He gets involved in sea battles against pirates and the Spanish Armada, among other endeavors. He also meets real-life historical characters Piet Hein, Peter van der Does, Joris van Spilbergen, Willem Jansen and Willem Barents. Later stories are set at the start of the 17th century, despite Cori not aging much. The first album was published in the magazine Tintin between 1951 and 1952. Since most of de Moor's time was taken up by his work for Hergé Studio, he only managed to draw his next stories from 1977 on. De Moor was aided by his assistant Guy de Sutter. When he died, 4 albums were available. His son Johan de Moor finished the 5th and final story that his father had been working on. Albums. The entire series counts 5 albums, 6 if you count Koers naar het Goed, which was a redrawn and colorized update of the first black and white story under de VLAG van de Compagnie. In 1974, this rare and original black and white story was made published in limited availability by the comics magazine CISO. 1. De Onverwaarlijke Armada Deel 1, De Spieren van de Koningin. 2. De Onverwaarlijke Armada Deel 1, De Zedrik. 3. Koers naar het Goed. 4. De Gedoemd Race. 5. Darle Kapitein. Awards. The 4th Cori story, De Gedoemd Race, won the Youth Prize at the Comics Festival of Angoulême, France, in 1988. In popular culture, in the Belgian Comic Strip Centre in Brussels, the permanent exhibition brings homage to the pioneers of Belgian comics, among them Bob de Moor. In the room dedicated to his work, the backgrounds are based on a 16th-century ship, much like in Cori. In September 1998, as part of the Brussels comic book route, a special wall was dedicated to Cori, de Scheepsjongen, in the Rue des Fabriques in Brussels.